Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I'm coming to you from my front yard. We actually got some sun today. There's a few clouds up there now, but I woke up to a beautiful blue sky day. First one that has been this bright since I've been back in the States. Temperatures are about 72, 73. There comes that sun. And it's just a real nice spring day here in South Alabama. All right, I just wanted to share a little data with you, a little feedback from this experiment that is Jack. You know, you guys know I've talked about this many times. When I come to the States, I eat cooked food. It's just, I don't have all my stuff from back home, and just quite frankly, I don't make a lot of excuses for it. I just mix in some cooked food on these trips. But this trip has been particularly challenging because somehow I wasn't on top of things and didn't leave as many bananas in the freezer as I was thinking that I did. I probably left about 6 bananas in the freezer and came home to somebody had bought bananas for me, and not blaming them because there's nothing but green bananas in this town. So I go to the store the first day, I get in at night. I go to the store the next day. I go to all 3 stores in this town, and there is nothing even remotely ripe. So, I just start buying bananas though, because I know, like, okay, we're going to need some catching up when we finally get some ripe bananas. So I start buying. Now things are starting to ripen. I had a huge pile of bananas this morning, kind of a banana ice cream type thing, because I got this Ninja blender here now. And bananas are going to be, I'm going heavy bananas and greens the next few days, because listen, you guys, I talk all the time. I'm not raw as law. I'm not one of these people that preaches everybody has to be raw, but I like to give as accurate feedback as possible. And, without a whole lot of trying to persuade you one way or the other. But I'm going to tell you without a doubt, my body works much better on the fully raw than it does with the starches. I'm not against starches. I'm not going to stop eating them sometimes, but it kind of gets into my head a little bit when I know I don't have enough fruit available to keep me going, and I feel like I have to. If I want to eat a starch every once in a while, I kind of want that to be a choice, but I don't want it to be because I have to. And the reason that I've been eating the potatoes and stuff is, like, I can't lose the weight. One day I had gone maybe a couple of days on a little bit lower calories than normal, and my pants are starting to droop again. I can't do that. I'm not going there. I'm not losing what I've gained. So, I've eaten a little bit more cooked food on this trip than I normally do. Now, like I say, the days of reckoning are coming because all my bananas are getting ripe, and I'm going to probably do some serious, just big ass pictures of bananas and greens. Not a whole lot of no frills. Bananas, greens, spirulina, to get that feeling back. Because, like I say, and don't get me wrong, sometimes people, and maybe because of certain conditions, it does happen. I'm not one of these, like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel like my digestion's still been good. I've been regular. I have the energy to move around. I'm just not at that top efficiency like I am when I'm eating my fruit. I just don't feel like I do when I'm back home. I just really, you don't know, it sneaks up on you. Every trip that I come here to the States, and it's 3 months between them, I feel, a little bit different. And I feel things that I've done before are not necessarily the same. And yeah, I'm just getting more and more dependent on the fruit, which also makes me realize that if at some point, I ever did need to come up here and be with my mother for an extended period of time, it ain't going to be a whole lot of fun doing this raw vegan thing here. And it also brought up another point, because I get a comment from time to time, or I'll get questions in social media about people that can't eat bananas. There's people for some reason or another that they have problems digesting bananas. And I've done a little looking around, and I will do some more research and looking around, but just in my lazy world, I'm a lazy person, and I've made bananas the base of my calories. I know I can get in in other words, I'm not going to live on bananas, but when I got plenty of bananas, I know I'm getting X amount of my calories per day through there. I'm getting plenty of sugar, plenty of carbs into me, and then, I mix in my mangoes and pineapple and whatever. To be honest, the raw vegan thing, I got to put some more thought to it, because if you can't eat bananas, I'm not really I'm not sure what the strategy is. I mean, you got to get something in there. If you were going to stay fully raw, not eat bananas, you got to get something in there that's going to kind of replace the bowl. But anyhow, this is not for me to even give suggestions. This is, like I say, just a feedback of how I feel on the raw versus the cooked. Now, guys, you know, and there's a lot of people, and I enjoy that. I actually network with more people that aren't fully raw, way more people that aren't fully raw than I do with people that are fully raw. I would say it's probably 2 to 1. And I'm very tolerant of cooked. I eat cooked. I'm not, you know, preachy about it. But I want to give you one thing to think about. Another short one today. And one little thing to think about, and then I'm out. If you haven't really done fully raw for at least a period of time, you know, enough of a period of time, maybe 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, and done it in the right way, eating enough food, getting it, mixing it, getting enough food, calories per day, getting greens in there, getting fats in there, getting a variety of fruits and vegetables in there. All I'm going to say is I think you owe it to yourself, if you're doing this high carb vegan thing anyway, just experimentation. I mean, that's what I have to do. I don't see why everybody doesn't do that. That you kind of owe it to yourself to at least know whether it really, you know, instead of just saying, nope, I don't want to be fully raw. Maybe if you really want to get, you know, like I say, all I can say is it's that next level feeling when I'm cranking down in Costa Rica. So the only thing I will take away from this is I would just encourage, and don't anybody freak out. I'm not telling you can't eat any cooked food, but I would say dabble, experiment, play. You can play with an open mind too. I see too many people out there that, you know, they're doing stuff and they're preaching stuff, and the way they do things, they don't have an open mind about it. I've told you guys many times, I can change the way I'm eating tomorrow. I am going to be vegan, but I can change the way I'm eating tomorrow if I get new data in, and if something tells me that this works better for my body. I'm not up here, I'm not into this raw thing just to be raw, and I've devoted my life to being raw. I want the best health that I can have, and I want to feel the best, and I want the most energy. So if you've never done the fully raw, you know, properly for a period of time, I would encourage you at some point. You may not be ready now, might not be the right time, maybe summertime coming, but do it at some time, see how it feels. But anyway, that's just a little feedback on me, just me, nobody else. So nobody can say, you know, well, it doesn't work for everybody. But I know for a fact that my body operates much better on fully raw than it does when I'm eating the cooked. Especially the starches, like when I have the collards and the rutabagas, that's light. I don't even feel that. That doesn't even slow me down. But the starches, yeah, they just don't really work that much for me. Maybe I just don't know how to eat them right. Anyhow, hope you guys like this video to start the week out. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you have an awesome week. See you guys. Peace.